Welcome to episode 30 of The Save State. And we got a full panel tonight here on the podcast, starting with the triumphant return, my prodigal son returns.
Stop that.
Falcon Tactics.
Stop that, bro.
Falcon Tactics is in the house.
Yo, what's up, guys?
man.
Hey, nice to see everyone. I know everyone here except for Jason, so nice to meet you, Jason. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we've been on the show at the same time.
no, we have not been on the show at the same time. I'm like,
Yeah.
I've seen you in other episodes, and I'm like, he looks like a cool dude. And I'm like,
Thanks.
That's about
My kids wouldn't
So
agree.
you were right. Okay.
oh my goodness. Hey, don't worry. I'll let them know. Okay.
Yeah, please.
Or
let
maybe
me-
I'll agree with them. Who knows? I don't know much about you yet.
We'll see.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Well, we're glad to have you back, man. Looking
Appreciate
forward to
you
talking
joining
to you
us.
tonight. And Yako from the Tech Update joining us again from South Africa in the middle of the night.
Yeah, baby.
3 a.m. over there, huh?
The early bird catches the worm, eh? Or catches
As
the
they say.
podcast in this case.
Yeah. Yugi 601 with us again.
What's up? It's me.
Getting framed up.
Yeah.
And Jason from the Construct. Thanks
Always
for
a
being here.
pleasure to be here with you, gentlemen.
Mm.
Tonight it's Mario Day, y'all. Mario Day.
Honestly missed that.
March
Okay.
10th. And so we're going to play some Mario trivia later on in the show. Just for fun. I don't know how Mario Day got started. I don't even think Nintendo started it, because this thing just kind of started happening, I feel like, with retailers a few years ago. I don't know if Target or somebody decided this was a thing, but it's kind of blown up each year. People make more and more of a deal out of it, except for Nintendo. I feel like Nintendo doesn't care, but everybody else does. But it is kind of cool how it fits together there, March 10th with Mario. So we're gonna talk about that, and we're gonna talk about WB Games as well tonight, because they've been making some like weird decisions lately, and we'll see what else we get into. But I want to start the show, as always, with talking about what we have been playing. Maybe we have some recommendations for the audience, and honestly, I just want to know what you guys have been playing. So who wants to go? Falcon got excited there for a hot
My
second.
bad. Because I realized I actually have played games recently despite being busy. I'm
Good,
like,
don't it?
no, real of it. Like, for I think the last time I was on the podcast, I talked about how I had to make an announcement for my YouTube channel because I wasn't going to be posting anything recently, since I've been studying for certification exams for like cybersecurity and all that. And so I haven't played games, like, or at least like not like had a gaming session
Yeah.
for like, what month is it now? Oh my gosh, we're in the third month of
March
the year.
10th.
Dog,
Just-
I haven't
just went over
had
that.
like a full gaming session for like 4 months, dog. Like it's been a bit, but I don't know. Other adults are gonna be like, "Oh, that's weak." I'm like, "That's rookie numbers," but I don't know. For me as a young adult, like I'm like from 19 to 20, I'm like, to me 4 months is a little bit.
You're starting to get withdrawal symptoms.
No, literally.
For real.
I'm like, I need the games. No, but anyways, so
Me.
I'm like the last game that I played, I think I was playing a game called No More Heroes. I do not recommend it for the younger audience,
Yeah.
but it
It's
was
a mature rated title.
It really is a mature rated title, okay? But it was a pretty fun game to sit down and play. My older brothers had played it before, and they were like, "Oh yeah, this is a fun game." And I was like, I went and played it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, the game mechanics of the game are really good." So I have
Did you
to say,
play it
didn't
on
get
the Switch?
No, I played it on the Wii. We played it on our old Wii.
That's what I was going to ask.
Nice.
If you pulled
Yeah.
out the old Wii and played it, yeah.
Exactly. Pulled out the old Wii, and played it on the Wii. You know,
Yeah.
can't beat that Wii remote and nunchuck. But yeah. So yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I've
And
got
then I
one
think-
lying around.
Yeah,
Dude, it's
same,
great, bro. It's
same.
console.
Need to
It's
get
gotta
it
be
working.
Yeah, just like to give you an idea of the crudeness of the game, you save by sitting on the toilet. Those are
Okay.
those are your
Yep.
save
Okay.
your save points.
Exactly. Save
So
points,
that-
all bathrooms and restrooms.
So
But
that
you actually
works
go
the
in
game.
with him and sit on the toilet. It's not like you go through a door and you hear
Oh,
the
They shut
flush.
it,
Like
you know,
you,
give
Yeah,
them some
it's not like
privacy.
he like goes to the door then closes the door. No, you
No,
follow
you
him into
all up
the
in
restroom.
there.
yeah,
You
Mhm.
just
yeah.
absorbing the aromas. Outstanding.
So
Right.
so that actually worked like not like in Jurassic Park. No dinosaur busts through and chows you up.
Imagine. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Well, they're on number 3 now. Who knows? Maybe they will have a dinosaur bust in there and just like break down the
Lord.
whole entire restroom.
Yeah,
That's
Oh my
sure.
goodness.
that would
Let's
be
see what happens. Eh?
that'd be crazy. Yako, what about you, man? What have you been playing?
I've been super busy, so I haven't had a lot of playtime, but I did get some super old MOBA gaming in, was it yesterday? Demigod. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Demigod.
I think I have.
I don't think I have.
Very old MOBA based on Greek mythology, so you play kind of these Greek type eras. Not like any name brands, no Zeus and no Hercules or anything, just some, these are Greek mythology themed eras that you play in a MOBA type thing, like League of Legends. So if you haven't figured it out yet, I'm a, I'm a MOBA fan. So
Is it the one that came out in 2009?
yeah, it's pretty old. Yeah, they never went past like 6 years or anything on the closed the game down. But yeah, I've still got it on my PC, so I played that. And some League of Legends a week or two ago. Haven't been into Fortnite for a while. Sorry, Falcon.
I haven't played Fortnite for like
4 months.
longer. No, it's been longer than 4 months actually since I played Fortnite. I'm like, so I'm not offended. People are
Yeah,
probably mad at me.
I've also been super busy, so I just haven't had time to get into it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Anytime I see something about a MOBA or a strategy game, I think of you, Yako.
Thanks, man.
You're the MOBA strategy guy in my mind now.
Yeah,
And we have Dylan watching for the first time tonight. Everybody say hey to Dylan.
Yo, what's up, Dylan?
Up, Dylan.
Yo,
Hi,
how's it
Dylan. Hi, Dylan.
Yeah, he's from the Falcon Force. We invited
Nice.
him.
The Falcon
Nice.
Force.
awesome, man.
Very good. Jason, you been playing anything?
Yeah,
Just
yeah, I have
scooting
actually.
your trash over into the corners of your office.
Yeah, just kind of, there we go.
Just right off
But
the
no,
end.
I did a review on Alien Rogue Incursion.
Yes.
Okay.
For
Tell me about this.
VR. It's a great game, but I get it like to review it before like launch and all that stuff. So I never finish games that I review or do first impressions. I shouldn't call them reviews. So I was like, I actually do want to finish Alien.
Mhm.
It's really good. It is a part 1. Everyone's really disappointed that it was shortened to part 1. But it was good. It's a cliffhanger ending. For this audience, I will say one great thing about it is that it played well. It played like a full game. Like when you got to, I'll just say the boss,
Yeah.
it was a solid boss battle. It didn't like hold your hand just because you're in VR. You're like, crap, I gotta keep moving, and the boss doesn't take DPS until I do these 3 things, that kind of thing. So I appreciated that. Like as a gamer who's been gaming since the 80s, it's like I don't need you to like teach me how to play video games again just because it's in VR. So I appreciated that about Alien Rogue Incursion, which is really, really, really nice.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is good.
The aliens get right up in your face.
Oh yeah. What's nice is that people complain that like you could kill one of the xenomorphs with like a couple of shots or a half of magazine or whatever, but if you don't put DPS on them or stagger them with something like either your revolver or your rifle, you'll pretty much die in like 2 hits. So they're
Yeah.
scary because you can't let them get close.
Mm.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then healing is a VR. Healing is a physical pull out a syringe, stab yourself in the arm.
Mm.
So if you're shooting and you may not be able to get that syringe out if you get hit twice. So yeah, it actually added to the fear factor a bit.
I don't know if any of you guys have ever played Far Cry 2.
Yes.
It's based in Africa, so when he heals himself, they actually like and cracks an arm or
Yeah,
pushes
yeah,
out a
yeah.
bullet or something.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I love
mean,
that. And
it's
and
quite
and
versatile.
Yako, that's the cool thing about like in VR, you have to physically do this
Mm.
stuff. So a
Yeah,
couple of
I
games
can
are
only
like that where you
imagine.
have to sit
It's
there and
really
like kind of
cool.
wrap your arm
Yeah.
with a bandage and stuff. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's exciting.
Yeah.
I recommend it. And Bo, it's a lot of darkness, but you kind of get numb to the xenomorphs
No-
after like
no
the
zombie
first
vibe.
10 scare you, but you might want to check it out.
I've thought about it. I was looking at it just last week.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't get that one yet.
I'm sure.
We'll see.
Oh,
We'll
did you
see.
say it's dark? Sorry, I can't play that game. Still afraid of the dark. You know, I gotta sleep with the nightlight. Sorry,
It's in
Cam.
VR, Falcon. It's
Oh,
different.
The thing about
goodness.
darkness in this game too is like the headlamps. Like most of the time when you have headlamps in games, it kind of stays like where you're looking. This one kind of behaved like it was something hanging on your head. So if you looked really fast, the headlamp would kind of slowly like catch up. So it's kind of
It's
dangling
like
on
the
your
jostle to
ear.
it.
Like a
Yeah,
nice
yeah,
little,
yeah.
yeah, that's a nice little touch,
Yeah,
Let's go.
it's pretty cool.
Mm.
little realism.
Mhm.
Yeah. Huh. Well, yeah, that's definitely one that I want to check out sometime. Sometime maybe. Yugi, what have you been playing?
I've been a super dork, man. I've been playing card games lately, specifically Magic the
Ooh.
Gathering. Yeah.
Oh dang! I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah.
Oh my
I just been
goodness.
playing that like crazy for some reason, locally and on Tabletop Simulator.
Yeah.
So you could just like kind of upload your stuff and play with people online. So it's been fun. It's been fruitful. I've always played card games my whole life, hence the name, right? So
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay, anyway, yeah, you got.
I still think that I can win. I'm just saying.
Listen,
We
we
shall
talked
see.
about this last
Oh,
time.
shots
He just
fired.
got challenged by somebody recently, and he had to put him in their place. So I
Hey,
this is
hey,
about
This is
to-
true.
hey.
This is true.
Hey, okay.
I got receipts, bruh.
I carry confidence with me wherever I go. Okay,
I
and
respect
I
that.
played
Me too.
Yu-Gi-Oh competitively as well. So
Okay.
I'm,
Good stuff. Good stuff. But yeah, like
I didn't have the money to, but it's all good.
yeah, but I've been playing that a lot, having fun with it. Specifically, Commander. I don't know, man. Like, if you're watching and for some reason you want to get into trading card games, the thing is, like, it's nice to have the collectibles and have them all. But I don't know, me personally, the investment and the money, not a big fan. So, you know, spending like hundreds of bucks on pieces of cardboard is crazy. So if you just want to, you know what I mean, have the experience, but not necessarily spend the amount of cash, Tabletop Simulators, $20 on Steam, and you pretty much play it with anybody online. It's pretty good. And there's great communities online. So I'd recommend it if you guys are ever interested in card games or tabletop games, or if you want to just try it before you buy it. Tabletop Simulator, man. It's pretty good. Pretty good.
That's cool.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh.
That card's banned.
It just people think they know, but they don't know. Tisk tisk.
Dang, dog. Yeah. See, I knew that the card was banned. See,
It's good.
Yugi.
It's good.
Well,
See, Yugi.
Hey, if you're watching, let us know in the chat. Say hey. Let us know what you've been playing this week. I have been playing not as much VR this time around. Unfortunately, I've been playing Avowed, that came out a couple of weeks ago, and Jason, how you always talk about how you can only see the dot in the middle. You know, this literally has a dot, a literal dot in the
Exactly.
middle. But it's one of those games where I actually think it's probably better in flat.
I could see
than
that.
it would be
I
in
could see
VR, because otherwise, man, you would get so tired so fast because you're just swinging a sword back and forth like constantly.
Yeah.
But the battling is really good. Some people have complained about the lore, but it's based on the Pillars of Eternity franchise, and I don't know anything about Pillars of Eternity, so everything is new to me. And apparently a lot of that stuff, all of that lore is baked into this game. But it's been pretty cool. You get like a there's 4 companions you meet along the way, and they journey with you, and you're trying to stop this thing called the Dream Scourge that's kind of turning everybody into zombies, kind of. And you gain special abilities, of course. I mean, it's an RPG along the way, but I have a flaming sword, which looks awesome. It's built in Unreal Engine 5, and the game is gorgeous. I mean, it is so pretty. And I have a pistol that's kind of like an old school pirate pistol. Like, it's one shot, and then you have to reload. But it shoots electrified bullets, and so everything's it's like enchanted, but your enemies get electrified when you hit them. And then so I have 2 loadouts. One's the pistol and a wand. So I have magic and a magic pistol. And the other one is a grimoire that I cast spells from, and this flaming sword that I can hit from. So one's left trigger, the other's right trigger. And it makes for some interesting combos because you have there's all kinds of different weapons in the game. The story's pretty good. I'm almost done. I haven't finished a game in a while, but I'm like probably within an hour or 2 of beating this one. I think it's taken me maybe 30 or 35 hours. But it's been pretty fun. Been a fun game. Kaz has been playing a lot of Oblivion and Marvel Rivals. Has anybody else tried out Marvel Rivals?
Dude, I haven't gotten a chance to try it out yet.
I'm slacking.
My son's been playing.
I want to. A lot of people have invited me to play, and then I keep on telling them, I'm like, I'm writing, fam. I'm like, and by the time I'm able to play, it's like midnight, and they're like, I'm going to bed. I'm like,
sorry.
It'd be like that.
There's some youth at my church that have been playing, and they have invited me a couple of times to come play with them, and I'm just like, I can't today. And it's been true. There's been days the days they've invited me, I just couldn't. But I did get on late one night to check it out. I played like 3 matches maybe, and I guess it's pretty cool. I don't think I played it long enough to really figure it all out, but it's different, and I like the character designs that they did on a lot of the characters, so I can see the appeal of it. It is something new, something different.
Agreed. I thought it was gonna fall off after its first 2 weeks to a month after it came out.
Yeah,
just like a lot of the other games. I was like, okay, it looks all right, but it's still going. It's
still going.
Yeah, it's not like what was that PlayStation game, Concord?
Oh
my days!
Not like that, at least.
What is that? We don't talk about Concord, bro. oh my days.
Oh man,
you can't talk about Concord or Bruno.
No.
Yeah,
literally.
That's right. We can talk about Marvel Rivals though. That's cool.
Yeah.
Concord. It's just such a waste. Falcon, apparently you're wrong, man. I don't know what about, but
I didn't even say any factual thing. What am I wrong about? I'm just sitting here.
Well,
oh my goodness.
Let's move over to WB Games for a moment. So recently, last week, WB Games shut down 3 studios. 3 pretty big studios. They shut down, I can't remember the names of all of them, Monolith, and WB San Diego, and one more. Monolith made, what was it?
Monolith, something like First Player or so. I looked it up a minute ago. Can't remember the exact. They made Multiverses, apparently.
Yes, the team that made Multiverses, they shut them down. Which Multiverses, do y'all remember when Multiverses came out? And it came out in beta, and they had it out for like a year. I talked about it on the channel a long time ago, and let people buy all these skins and stuff, and then they're like, hey, we're shutting the game down, we'll be back in 6 months or something like that, and then we'll relaunch it, and didn't offer any refunds or anything. And then they relaunched it like a year later. I think it won Fighting Game of the Year last year, or maybe
Wow.
did well.
It won
apparently.
something last year, and they shut that down recently, and they shut down the studio. Um,
Look,
really strange.
I've had some beef with them for a while. They had a MOBA out called Infinite Crisis, which was based on the DC universe, which I really loved.
Yeah,
You could play Superman and from all of the different universes. So you had like a normal Batman, Gaslight
Mhm.
Batman, and that type of thing, which was awesome. I loved it, and they closed that down, unfortunately, as well. That was quite a while ago. That's probably about 10 years ago.
yeah, I remember that game too.
WB Games gave me talking about going back. They gave me one of my like most memorable gaming experiences. They were actually responsible for the Matrix Online. I think that was like 2005 or something. It was like 20 years ago. But a buddy of mine, we were big Matrix fans, obviously, and we picked it up at launch, went home, we jumped on. This was like my first time playing like an MMO, like seriously playing one.
Yeah,
And I didn't realize, like, you know, I had heard about people playing like Warcraft and stuff like for like days at a time. I like, you know, and I'll be honest, I kind of judged from afar, but we went home. It was like 8 o'clock at night, and we got on, and like, you know, it was you had to like fight your way through the city, rank up. You know, you weren't able to go downtown and fight agents like at first, and then like you just build up your skills and all that stuff. We were meeting people and whatnot. But before I knew it, the sun was coming up. So we had played for like 9 hours straight, and I had no idea. But that was my first time ever like playing a game like that hard, thanks to WB Games.
For me, that was Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. It's like just a little bit more. Next minute, you hear birds outside. So, oh boy, I gotta go to work.
Those dreaded birds, man.
Yeah.
It was Player First Games, Yako. You were right about the third studio. They also canceled a Wonder Woman game that was in development for a couple of years, and they had already spent apparently $100 million on making this game, and just canceled it. Said,
wait,
sorry, shutting it down.
$100 million,
Mm-hmm.
and they canceled it.
Yep.
They just trashed it. Like,
yep.
Right down the toilet.
Insane, right?
And this is where I take my leave. People are crazy.
Yeah. They just casually make business decisions that would like cripple small businesses, but you know, they got that money.
Well, yeah,
like
it's
that.
all good, you know, because
Yeah.
it's for the greater good. Sure,
Yeah.
it's great, you know.
We were bored, you know.
gosh.
Like,
Yeah.
We were bored. We just wanted to cause some chaos.
Yeah.
Well, apparently, I guess like the upper management at WB, or I don't know, somebody didn't like the direction the game was going in, and so they're like, "Hey, we're just gonna stop funding this." But they've had a weird couple of years. Like they put out Hogwarts Legacy, and it was the best-selling game of 2023. I mean, it sold like crazy numbers. And then they put out Kill the Justice League, and we saw how that went. We've talked about that almost as much as Concord, I feel like. Just a terrible game that nobody really wanted. I don't know who was asking for that, but, you know, it made a lot of weird decisions. Like, you're playing as King Shark, you got a huge mouth, you're a big bruiser type character, and they put a machine gun in your hand, and that's how you take out your enemies. Like, that could have been so much cooler. Captain Boomerang. His name is Captain Boomerang. He should be throwing boomerangs. What is he doing? Shooting a machine gun at some weird, like, you know, aliens that it's just, and then they're taking down the Justice League, who has been brainwashed, of course, and the whole thing was just weird. And if they put all this live service stuff in it, and that was Rocksteady, and Rocksteady is one of the studios they didn't shut down, even though their game completely flopped, and is they're taking it offline pretty soon if they haven't already. But they didn't close Rocksteady. They closed these other studios.
Here's my
And-
conspiracy theory. I'm sorry. My bad. I shouldn't have cut you off.
Wait, one of those, just more quick. One of those is the studio that made another one of Yako's games I know he's talked about is the Middle Earth game that you just talked about recently
Yeah.
that you played.
Shadow of Mordor. And,
Shadow of Mordor. Yeah.
And that type of thing.
With the
You
Nemesis
see
system, they have
See why I don't like them?
yeah. With the they copyrighted that Nemesis system from those games that nobody can use now, and they shut the studio down. And I don't
That's
know. What were you
awkward.
gonna say, Falcon?
Oh, my bad. I was totally gonna make a joke about how like what'd you say the studio was that made the like the one that they didn't cancel even though like their game flopped?
Rocksteady.
Yeah, Rocksteady. I was gonna say, just like how the Justice League was brainwashed, they actually brainwashed like the CEOs of WB Games, okay? And now they're controlling them. That's why their company didn't go out yet. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
getting all the other competition out of the way.
No, that's why their movies don't do well either, because
Oh my gosh.
they don't think like humans.
Oh my goodness.
Well, they
man.
don't seem to plan ahead very well. They canceled a whole Batgirl movie that was completely finished as
And-
well. It was ready to come out, and
They wouldn't, hopefully they wouldn't have destroyed that, but yeah.
I mean
I
they
would've
just
been
they just said
interested to
never
see
mind.
that,
They
man.
took a tax write off. The movie was done. They just said never mind.
That doesn't even make sense. Like, were
Well,
they
they
gonna like lose something by not
They got to
publishing
write it.
at that
They
point?
got to write it off on their taxes.
Somebody please find it and put it on the internet.
I know, right?
It's
But,
somewhere. I mean, if it's done, it's somewhere.
Yeah.
And so WB's really, honestly, kind of in a lot of trouble, and they're not quite Ubisoft bad yet because Ubisoft is in a lot of trouble.
So, no,
If Assassin's Creed Shadows doesn't sell very well, they might go under. They might have to shut down. But
Oh, that suck.
yeah, they don't.
but
know.
I want to talk about how many IPs WB has the rights to,
Hmm.
because they are sitting on an absolute gold mine, and there is no reason why they shouldn't be coming out with banger after banger. Okay? They have all of DC Entertainment. So Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Green Lantern, Aquaman, Teen Titans, Green Arrow, all those characters.
Hmm.
They have all of Harry Potter that they can be. I mean, those are two huge universes. You can make all
Yeah.
kinds of different games, and there's already
Yeah.
stories written, like decades worth of stories that are done and in the can, like written, that you could just take from and adapt into a game, and people would play those, like beloved stories. So
Yeah.
Harry Potter, Fantastic Beast, all that Wizarding World stuff. They have all of
Hogwarts sold really well. So.
it did. It's so great. They have all of Looney Tunes, which I know, like maybe that's not our first pick here on this podcast, but those are iconic characters: Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck. What if they did like a Marvin the Martian game, like that?
That would be
I
crazy.
feel like there could be something
That
cool
would
there.
go
Like,
hard. Yeah.
No,
yeah,
honestly,
Yeah.
I would play that. I would pick that up.
yeah, you can make it like an FPS, a
That'd be
Marvin the
fun.
Martian or a third person shooter. Like either way, there you could do something cool with that.
If you did it Astrobot style, it would be great.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah. That'd be really cool.
It could be really cool. Game of Thrones. There's how many books of Game of Thrones? Like they have all of that lore
Yeah.
and that world that's already built out for them. All you have to do is adapt something to a game. Mortal Kombat. It's been around
Or-
for a long
I
time.
didn't know that was there, mate. Yeah.
I didn't know that they own that.
Mm.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And then like even older than Looney Tunes maybe is all the Hanna-Barbera catalog, like Scooby-Doo, Flintstones, the Jetsons, Yogi Bear. Johnny Quest.
They own Johnny Quest.
They own Johnny Quest.
My bad. Thinking about my
That's
childhood.
random, No, that is
Well,
random.
hey, it gets worse. Okay, they own Cartoon Network, so they have Adventure Time,
Okay,
Powerpuff Girls,
wait.
Ben 10, Samurai Jack, Dexter's Laboratory, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Johnny Bravo, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. The list
I don't know
goes
why
on.
I'm waiting for
skipping
you to
things.
mention the Powerpuff Girls, but yeah, I don't.
Well,
Yeah.
I did. I already said it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Powerpuff
okay.
Girls.
well, Powerpup Girls, very important mention. Okay, you see, you're looking at the priorities, Jason. This is good.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
mention Powerpuff Girls.
It's a big franchise. It's a big franchise.
Yeah.
Where's my Powerpup
something like
Girls video game?
I
bro?
could see them make something like oh my days, what's the name of that Sonic game where you were rolling around and you like switch characters while you're running? I mean, I know that sounds like every Sonic game, but
no,
you know
I-
what I'm talking about?
You're thinking of like Sonic
Was
Adventure
it
Battle 2?
Yeah,
or
Something like that,
it's
where you
one of
could
them.
switch between the three. Like I
Yeah,
could see
yeah,
them
you
doing
could switch
something
between
like that.
Tails, Knuckles, and Sonic.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure
Like,
that's
it was,
Sonic
like,
Adventure Battle
seamlessly?
2.
Yeah.
Sonic Adventure
Yeah.
Battle 2.
Like I could totally see something like that with the Powerpuff Girls, and it would.
Oh wait, no,
actually
it
do
wasn't
well.
Sonic Adventure Battle 2.
Absolutely.
It was.
They could do something like that for sure.
Yeah,
Where you swap
yeah,
between the characters, kind of like in a Lego game, where you can just swap between your
It
characters.
was, I'm thinking of maybe Sonic Heroes, but anyway, yeah.
They have the
yeah.
Adult Swim stuff like Rick and Morty, Aqua
Yeah.
Teen Hunger Force, those
Sonic
things.
Heroes.
Sonic Heroes, yeah.
Yeah.
They
Impossible.
they they have
Impossible
the,
by any chance.
I don't think Kim Possible's in there, but I think
Oh,
that's
Ah,
that's Disney.
No, that's
Um,
Disney.
Kim
yeah,
Possible.
sorry.
Yeah, XD.
That was
Says
Disney.
But they have the Lord of the Rings again.
Ah,
Another like huge franchise that has a large fan base and tons of lore that's already written, already established. All you have to do is adapt it to a game. Like, I feel like this isn't very hard.
a
you
new
know,
battle, a new
So-
battle for Middle Earth game, please. That's good.
Yeah, speaking of, don't they have Lord of the Rings, right?
Yeah, Lord of the Rings, Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit, all the Middle
What
Earth
the
stuff.
heck, man?
Dog,
Um,
they could literally just like make a game like Lord of the Rings and like basically like copy basically what they did for Hogwarts Legacy and just do
Yeah.
that for Lord of the
Yeah,
Rings.
right,
Yeah.
right.
They also own TT Games, which makes all the Lego stuff. So they have, a lot of Lego stuff that they could do still. And I'm still not done. They have so much stuff. Listen,
What the heck?
we haven't even talked about the Matrix yet, Jason.
Whoa!
Yeah, I'm so sad. We haven't gotten
Yeah.
a good Matrix game yet. Like they've been,
No.
they tried, but we haven't done it yet. It hasn't
Why
happened.
is it so hard to get a good Matrix game?
Well, it's not because remember they made that Unreal demo,
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
I was
Yeah, but
like,
it never became a game.
Yeah, and then they never did anything with it.
"What a tease, bruh!"
it was.
They were like, "Look
huge
at our
tease.
skills," and then like they never
Look at how
like.
incredible this looks.
I still fire that up from time to time. actually.
Yeah, right.
Incredible.
It's
It looks
beautiful. It's
insane.
incredible.
Yeah.
It's like perfect. I'm like, you got Keanu Reeves. What are you doing? Why?
I literally, when the first time I played that demo, I literally could not tell where the real life footage ended and the game began. I think they were swapping back and forth just to show you
Yeah.
how real it
Yeah,
looks.
in
I
that
mean,
intro.
it is
Yeah.
insane.
It's
So
inexcusable.
yeah, the Matrix.
Yeah.
Why can't they make something out of that? I mean, is there not enough lore made
There is.
for the Matrix
There
to
is.
make a good game? Like,
Oh my
Mm.
goodness.
have we not had Max Payne did Bullet Time in 2002?
Right.
You
Right.
know, like, can we
Right.
not get a Matrix game that does that and does it better? I just don't. I don't understand.
Maybe when the remake comes out, people might wake up because when that drops, that's gonna be huge. That's Rocksteady. It's gonna be big,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I don't know what you guys thought of Matrix Resurrections, but yeah, that was a complete disaster for me.
no.
it
Yeah,
wasn't that great.
it wasn't
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
That
makes
really
Dune.
messed up Matrix for me.
They
it
have,
doesn't make sense. Yeah.
they have access to the Dune universe. Another
Oh, wow.
Dude, come
another
on.
huge thing.
Wow. Wow.
Mad Max, Gremlins.
They have Mad Max.
They have Mad Max. Yeah.
Dude, give me a Mad Max gamer right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Goonies, Beetlejuice,
Beetlejuice. What the heck?
Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Space Jam,
No.
Sherlock
wow.
Holmes. They have Sherlock Holmes. I know they didn't create Sherlock Holmes, but they have they have access to that, to adapting that. Sesame Street, Tom and Jerry, Westworld. Like the list just keeps going. Animaniacs, Tiny Toons, Pinky and the Brain. They have the Fear franchise. They created the Fear game, and there was a few of those games that people really loved. And Monolith is the one who made those. Scribblenauts. I didn't even know that one till today. Scribblenauts.
Wait, you didn't know Scribblenauts?
I didn't know that they had that they owned
that
the
they had it. Oh, okay,
for
my bad.
Scribblenauts. And
I thought you meant you didn't know what it was at all, and I was like,
no.
my heart.
No, I didn't know. Jesus.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
Scribblenauts is this really cool game where you type in what you want, and it puts it in the game.
Yeah.
And then you like solve puzzles. You have to come up with things to place in the game. Like I need a cup or a bucket, or I need I need a slide or whatever it is you need. And it pops it in the game, and then you solve the puzzles.
And since you can make anything, there's like a wide range of things that you're able to create in order to solve the puzzles. So it's just a great way to see how many times you could solve the puzzle in different ways as well.
And they have like Scribblenauts comic books and stuff. Like there's lore there, and they're just sitting on. And we already kind of mentioned Multiverses, 300, Watchmen, Bakugan. I mean, like
they own Bakugan. Wait, Warner Bros. Owns Bakugan?
Yeah.
Why did I think like a different company owned Bakugan?
Well, Bakugan it's a licensed property, so they may not own the original IP, but they have been the ones making games for it.
Okay.
It reads weird. I'm not sure what that means exactly.
I could totally see a 300 game in the style of remember Rise on Xbox?
Mhm.
Yeah, that'd be the perfect way to do that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Man.
So here's the thing. They have like if they can't figure out how to make a good game because they can't come up with any creative ideas, just look to your list of properties and the stories that are already well established, and just make one into a game that people love. So I don't think that their problems come down to yes, Kaz, they have so much. They have so much. I don't think their problem here comes down to a lack of IP, right? That can't possibly be what's going on. It has to come down to they just don't know what gamers want. Like, I feel like that has to be the problem here.
Yeah, because I think their next game or game that already came out. Yeah, I can't think of any actually. Wait, what do they have coming out? Because the last year I think they dropped the Arkham Shadows, right, or whatever it's called, the VR one. Wasn't that
Arkham
WB?
Shadow? They did not make Arkham Shadow.
That was not WB.
They didn't make that. They
Goodness.
Camouflage Studios, who is owned by Meta, got permission from WB to make that game.
Mm-hmm.
And they consulted with them on it, but they didn't actually make the game. And that game was great, but WB didn't make it. So I see, I guess, two things here. One, they could just do more of that. Just like allow other companies to make games out of their IP that they don't own. And then they're not the ones making an investment in it, but they probably get some kind of kickback because the IP is theirs, right?
Yeah.
Or they could just start listening to their fans and make games that their fans want.
That'd be great too. But companies be company. I think the state of basketball gaming is so bad. I wouldn't be surprised if a Space Jam game that was like legit did well. Like we need that. We need that.
Like NBA Jam style Space Jam.
Yes.
Like Jam's already in the name.
Like 2K, the state of 2K is an absolute atrocity to humanity. You know, like it's horrible. Sports gaming sucks. It lost its soul. You know, like used to be EA Sports in the game. It used to be like, yeah, you know, like, it's gonna be awesome.
That was a cool intro. Yes.
Right. You know, it was like everything was interactive. Now it's just slot machines and microtransactions. It's embarrassing.
That's
So
the
if they
thing,
capitalized on that, man, I'm telling you, it would be. I don't know. I think it would do well.
They made Hogwarts Legacy, and it didn't have any. It didn't have any microtransactions.
Nothing.
And it sold so well.
I think it sold more
and
than COD. You remember that?
so well. Yeah, it was. I think it was the best selling game of that year.
That's crazy.
And then they put out Kill the Justice League, and it sold terrible. I mean, awful, almost as bad as Concord.
Right.
And what the what the board or whatever, like the CEO and all of them, what they want is more games like Kill the Justice League and less games like Hogwarts Legacy. And it's like, what are you thinking? What are you doing?
That was so stupid.
It's like they're working on vanity projects out here. It's like, oh my gosh, we really like working on this stuff, but like, and I can definitely see that. It's definitely easy to get tied up in projects that you're just like, oh yes, this is the type of stuff that I want to make, and then people don't like that kind of stuff. But they're running a business here, you know, and like, it's like, at that point, you have to be able to separate your business from what you actually want to do, and that's considering or assuming that that's even the case, you know.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, and I think that. There's I've read some stuff, some different articles, and watched some other YouTubers talking about how it seems like some of the developers want what the developers want doesn't really matter to the people in management. And so some of the problem is management is coming in and saying, no, you've got to shoe in. Like, I think this happened with Gotham Knights. Like Gotham Knights, when they first showed the first gameplay of it in 2020, and then when the game came out, they were very different looking games. And I think that WB came in and said, you can't just make a game. It's got to be live service. You got to put microtransactions in here, and that kind of ruins. I think when if you're a creative person and working on a game, I think that some of those management decisions are probably very frustrating, and I think it's wrong because you don't want to ruin the people who are making the game. You don't want to ruin their vision of what the game should be. Agree or disagree?
No, I 1000% agree. It's weird because, like, I mean, I work in the corporate sector or whatever. So you see it all the time. You see it everywhere. And unfortunately, like, the focus shifts away from creativity and the thing that makes games great, and it shifts over to profit, right? I mean, it happens absolutely everywhere. I mean, one day someone's grandma makes a delicious pie, and then next thing you know, there's this weird thing in plastic in a gas station that's called pie. And it tastes nothing like grandma's pie. Right? And that's what's happening to gaming. I feel like we're getting like these packaged facsimiles of what used to be like really, really great experiences, but they're like, no, let's just package it up. It kind of looks like pie, right? Let's go ahead, try it. And, you know, obviously it tastes like paint, but you know.
Interesting you mentioned corporate. I mean, this is the Bible speaks about the love of money.
Yeah,
the root of all evil. Not money, the love of money.
Yeah,
unfortunately, you can just see that all over corporate. It's just people don't matter.
Hopefully they wake up. They might just be having like a Capcom or Konami moment. You remember when those companies were like in a weird drought where everybody was like, what are y'all doing? Like, you have great IPs. It could be just one of those moments, and hopefully they wake up and they realize, like, yeah, we actually got really awesome stuff. We should probably make something here, and they kind of snap out of it, because it wasn't. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like it wasn't really until like the Resident Evil remakes on Capcom started coming up, and people were like, okay, Capcom's like coming back slowly, because they were in a weird place for a long time.
They were.
I think people are afraid not to make the cash cow formula. So it's like, if we can't make Fortnite, should we make anything at all?
Exactly.
You know, they're kind of like they're frozen. They're not sure what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fortnite's the big guy in the room, just sits next to you,
I
puts his
mean-
arm on your shoulder, like, so how has it been?
Right, right.
Bought another Lamborghini. Like, it's like, oh my god, I hate this guy.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Yep.
Well, I know that we've talked about ballooning budgets and games taking so much longer now to make, and you got to look at like Wonder Woman. They worked on that for at least 3 years, maybe 4. Spent $100 million and have nothing to show for it, which is unfortunate because I think a Wonder Woman game could have been really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that would have been mad about that. That's a great idea.
She's got a great set of skills and like I think it could have been a really cool game, and with her
you could have taken. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but they own the Arkham sandbox for fighting.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I mean
they do.
It's easy.
I was just at Six Flags Magic Mountain, and they had all these Warner Bros. Stuff there from like the Justice League, and I was like, dude, like we walked into like the Wonder Woman ride, and on Wonder Woman they have all these history like facts in the line, and I'm like, this is crazy. Like there's so much lore for Wonder Woman, and they didn't even like say like the main characters. They're like, well, it takes place in this time frame, it takes place in Greek mythology, and they're like, oh dude, look at all of her weapons, look at all of the cool facts about. I'm like, this right here, it doesn't, like they could just make a game in the Wonder Woman universe. It doesn't
That's
have
what
to
I
be
was
about
going to
Wonder
say.
Woman at all.
Well, have Wonder Woman as your protagonist, but think about like a God of War game, but starring Wonder Woman.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There's no reason why that
Ancient
can't
Greece.
happen. Yeah.
People would buy that. Like,
Absolutely.
that would be
Absolutely.
cool.
Yep.
Especially if it has a great story. And the fighting's solid. People would get that, and you're right.
Yeah,
Jason. They have the those Arkham fighting mechanics. You add that into Wonder Woman, and then give her lasso of truth and all her little weapons and stuff she can do. And man, it could be awesome.
Yeah, there's this. What's that game? It caught my eye. That Marvel game. It's kind of like Captain America. Yeah, Marvel 1943.
Right.
Just that like aesthetic alone, like that caught my eye.
Oh yeah,
maybe something like that with Wonder Woman. Even if because in the movie, isn't she like in freaking the World War or something like that? It's like take
World
place
War
in the
I.
past.
Yeah.
There you go. I think that's awesome. Like but obviously it would be like a clear cop out of 1943. But I mean, with Wonder Woman, I think it works, or like some sort of like story in between the movies, something like that. I could see that. I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it could be. It definitely could be. And
for sure.
it's just sad that they're like, no, we're gonna scrap it and not do it and close the studios. It's like, I don't know, close studios that have made them money. Like Multiverses never got huge, but that's because they shut it down when it was getting big. People were playing it, and they're like, nah, we're gonna shut it down for a year and then relaunch it. And honestly, I don't know what the big difference was between the two versions, but because it looked the same to me, but I don't know. It's just it's just strange. It's just strange decisions. Yeah. But you spend all that money on a game like that and then don't even put out a game. How long can you last like that? And I don't remember how much they spent on Kill the Justice League, but I know, I want to say it was like $350 million or something like that. And it just tanked, But on the other hand, what we really need are more games like Astrobot. And I know you just played Astrobot. Yeah. Astrobot, what they made in 3 years, and it cost $60 million. Well, that's a much more reasonable budget for a modern game, I think, and a better timeline.
Absolutely. And it's very, very polished.
Yeah, and it was Game of the Year last year.
Game of the Year.
Yeah.
What the heck? That makes me laugh. Like, dude, what?
No, literally.
Yeah.
Like you have all these games out here, and then you just see like this little cute robot on the freaking front page, and you're like, what the heck?
It's like we talked about on the show before. It's like, and like we just said tonight, it's almost like they don't know what gamers want, because
Yeah.
it's weird when you spend like $3 million because you want to make the grass blow with the wind and have dew on top of it or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you pay like
true,
these
it's
top
true.
guys to make, you know, the mist glisten or whatever when you run
When
through
people
it.
take a
It's like,
screenshot, we want to see the dew on the flowers.
Yeah,
Right,
Like-
exactly.
so much.
Exactly. So I mean,
like-
so the Astrobot thing just like basically taught the industry a lesson. It's like, look, it's okay. You don't have to hire, you don't have to hire a celebrity to make us play the game. It's fine.
Just make a fun game.
Make a fun
Right.
game. Yeah.
That's what
That's
people. That's what
literally
games are
Beyonce
for.
doesn't have to be in it or whatever. I mean, that would be nice if she was in anything, but Beyonce doesn't have to be in it. It's okay.
I mean, she gonna be on Fortnite. Just give it a couple months, bro.
Right,
Yeah,
right, right.
I'm sure she's
Got it.
They're having a concert at the
Pretty-
end of the
isn't she
season.
already in Fortnite? Like,
No.
Yeah,
stop
she's
lying.
been.
She's been.
Okay.
There was
Oh,
a
heck
concert.
no,
Is it
man.
a concert?
no,
Like a
it's
Fortnite
Ariana-
concert?
Was it Ariana Grande? I
Oh
think.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. They had
Yeah.
a in there.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my goodness, man.
Fortnite is so
Well-
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, you're right.
she's-
And I think some of the problem here is like you said, Jason, that they don't know what gamers want, and that. So in other words, they have like their own, the stuff that they're good at. These upper like CEO level type management, right? And they're there for a reason. Like the company needs that. They need that person at the top. But they also have people who are good at what they do, and that's your artists and your developers and your programmers and all these people. And a lot of those people, I think, are actual gamers. And I think that if the upper management would just listen to the people who actually play games, this all might go a lot better for them. But for some reason, they just refuse to do that.
Yep.
And
That's weird.
I was thinking about this in regards to the Bible and my faith, and it reminded me of a few things that I wrote down here. But Matthew 25, Jesus tells this parable of the talents, and the king gives out some money to some resources to some different guys, and they go out and some of them invest it, and it comes back, double, triple, whatever the investment. And then one guy buries it and doesn't use it. And I don't know why there's a thumbs up on my screen right now, but did y'all see that?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
The king comes back and he's mad because the one guy he's mad at the guy who buried it and didn't use it. And I feel like that's kind of what upper management is doing with their resources. They have these resources of these developers and these people, these gamers that work for them, and they're just burying them under these demands of make this a microtransaction, make this a live service game, instead of investing in their developers who know what they're doing and have a talent, and they're not letting them fulfill their goals and their vision for what the game could be.
Right.
And it's just ended in ruin. I know, Yugi, recently I was talking to you about King Saul.
Yep.
Yeah, in First
Yep.
Samuel,
Yep.
and how King Saul, man, he in First Samuel 15, he lost everything because he stepped outside of his role,
Right.
and he got impatient, and he didn't do his job. The one, like, God gave him a job, and he decided to not just do his job, but do somebody else's job too, and that's not the order that God put it in, and he
No.
lost everything because of that. And and even like Moses needed help to lead effectively and efficiently, and he was having all these people bring their grievances to him, their problems, and the little quarrels that they got in. And his father-in-law's like, why are you handling all this? You can't. You're going to burn out. You can't handle all these things. Right?
Right.
So you got to set up people who can do these things for you and if something's really bad, then you handle that, but leave the other stuff for somebody else to handle. And hire those, basically, like in today's terms, you'd be like, hire those people to handle these problems. And I think that's sort of the same, like, or we're seeing a lack of that in WB and some other developers, where the upper management's like, no, we got to call all the shots, instead of letting people that they've hired who are actually in touch with the gaming world call the shots. And yeah, I don't know, but
yeah, that's the big problem, eh? It's the idea of self and pride. So it's interesting. The Bible says pride comes before a fall.
right.
It's all these
Right.
little truths that people don't listen to or subscribe to, you know? And it's to your benefit, whether you're a Christian or not.
Right.
And people don't want to follow it. They don't want to reap the benefit of living that way. But yeah, and
You're
then you
absolutely
bear
right.
consequences.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. This is just like good, practical, daily living advice.
Right.
And it's not even just for Christians, it's for anybody. Like, anybody could benefit from this, and
Yeah.
anybody would. Like, the Bible knows what it's talking about. And it doesn't matter if you apply it to your own personal life or if you apply it to a multi-million-dollar company. The principles there, and you know, a lot of people think, oh, that's just an old book, it doesn't pertain to my life today. And you're short-sighted if you think that way, because there's so much wisdom in it.
I mean, it's something. Sorry to break in. Something that's been interesting to me of late is how when you subscribe to fear of something, a lot of times what happens is you actually bring about what you fear. You know, people are afraid that other people don't like them, and then that changes the way they act. And at the end of the day, other people don't like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're actually creating your own reality. Just by not stepping out in faith and believing, just by subscribing and to that fear, to the maybe this will happen, or you know, I've got to stop, or I've got to do this because maybe that'll happen. And then
Yeah, what's the quote, Yako? It's one usually finds one's destiny on the road to avoid it.
Sure, yeah, that's interesting. I don't know where that comes from, but it sounds good.
I think it was Kung Fu Panda, but
Yeah,
it's really good.
It'd be like that.
Yeah.
but I mean, it's there's so much truth in that. You know,
That's awesome.
Yeah, there's always two sides to the coin. It's like if you're focusing on that thing that you're fearing, obviously, like we're already saying, it's usually going to come true, because you're focusing on the fact that, oh, I better not do these things, otherwise this thing's going to happen. That's pretty much what it is. And then that's the only thing that's filling up your mind. Your body isn't going to know what else to do, because you're not focusing on what you need to do. You're focusing on what you don't need to do. And in place of that, your body is basically taking that as like a command to go do those things. On the opposite side of the coin, you could be focusing on the things that you actually do need to do in order to get you to that goal and that place that you want to get to.
Right.
It's hard because society's basically hardwired our minds to think in like a failure type of a mindset. We've experienced failure before, and we know what that looks like, and so it's easy to project those on the futures that we want to make for ourselves. But success is so hard to come by because the world is pushing all of us down so much that we don't even think in a success mindset. So it's harder to think in the steps that we need to take rather than the steps that we don't want to take.
Yeah.
So.
It's interesting. My brother-in-law said that when you're parachuting, they teach you to look at where you want to go, because as soon as you look somewhere else, your weight shifts in that direction, and that in the whole parachute moves. I've never been parachuting, but it sounds true. Sounds.
Well, it's the same way with driving. I mean, you need to look where you want to go, because if you're constantly looking out the window, you know, your side mirror, your side window, you're going to veer off the road. I mean, that's
right. Right.
Yeah, I know.
But it's also like this, y'all. It's like this. Just as a body,
Pull it up.
though one has many parts, but all its many parts form one body, so it is with Christ.
That's right.
And you know what it means by that is that, man, let's say that my veins, my arteries aren't doing their job the way that they should. Well, what does that cause my heart to do? It makes it have to work harder,
Yeah.
right? And it might actually cause it to work so hard that it damages it,
Fails.
that it fails, that you have a stroke or you have a heart attack, because one part of the body isn't doing what it's supposed to do, and it causes the other part to get messed up. Well, life is just like that, whether it's at the corporate level or a personal level, or within a church, or within any kind of organization, within your own family even. We all have strengths and we all have weaknesses. And like, I'll tell you right now, my strengths are a lot different from my wife's strengths. And there are times when I have to give up my pride and rely on her. And there are times when she has to give up her pride and rely on me, because our strengths are not the same.
Right.
And and it's the same way within our church body, and I feel like it's the same way at WB. Like, your upper management has their strengths, and your artists and developers and programmers and all those people have their strengths. And when you do what your role is and do it well, everything works better. But when you start to overstep and do things that you're not called to do, and this passage in the Bible I just read goes on to talk about how God gives everybody different gifts, and those are to be used in accordance with one another. Everybody does their gift, and that's how things work best. And yeah, right?
Sure.
Amen, man. A lot of truth in that.
So I don't know. I don't know who needed to hear that, if it was me or somebody watching, or one of you guys, or all of us just being needed to be reminded. But man, if let's just all be grateful for the gifts that we have to offer the world, use them appropriately, use them well, and not be jealous of somebody else's, and not try to overstep our bounds on some things, but work together.
It's true. Because I think a lot of people, they get a little caught up on, I'm not in this position, not in that position. Sometimes it's okay, man. You just do the best you can with where you're at, and trust God. That's what I love. You brought up 1 Corinthians 12 on the later half, towards the end. Paul's making a point that, like, not everyone's an apostle, not everyone's a prophet, not everyone's a leader, not everyone's a teacher. The idea is that it's okay, you don't have to be. It's all right. You're just as important when it comes to your faith in Christ. You don't need to be a rock star. You don't need to be a oh, there you go. You got it right there. Yep. 29 to 31, right? It's it's fine. Not everyone speaks in tongues, not everyone does healing, not everyone works miracles. Even some people don't even have visions or dreams or anything, right? No spiritual experiences. I know Christians that they just never had it, right? Doesn't mean they're not important. Each one of us is a part of it. Verse 27 says. So.
Yeah, right here.
Yep. So, I think it's really cool that, the world makes you feel degraded when you're not like a CEO or a rock star or like a top voice actor, but in Christ, man, we're all conquerors.
Yeah. More than conquerors.
You got it. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And we all have a role to play. We're all important.
Right. It's one of my
I
favorite
don't know if
chapters
this
right
is
there.
I don't know if this is true, Yugi, or not, but I have heard before that it's difficult to balance, like to stand up and balance and walk, if you lose your pinky toe. Does anybody know if that's true?
I heard
Let's
that.
look it up. That
No.
sounds interesting.
I've heard about that before, but I have no idea, dog.
It makes sense.
It kind of makes sense a little bit, doesn't it? Because it kind of like stabilizes your foot because of the way your foot's shaped.
Yeah, it says it makes it slightly more difficult.
Yeah.
See, so even like parts we don't think about, like your pinky toe, like that's not a vital organ, right? If you lose your heart, you're done for. But it's still important. Like not having it makes life more difficult.
Exactly. Yep.
Mm.
Sir,
Amen, man.
gotta have it.
Well,
Dang.
any other thoughts there? Anybody wants to share?
Nothing more from my side.
Cool.
Nope. Just gonna head out into the world with faith
Leave
of
it
a
on that
mustard
note.
seed and the strength of a pinky toe.
That sounds like it should have come out of Kung Fu Panda or somewhere.
Yeah. Let's go.
It's funny.
Yeah, that would have sounded awesome out of Jack Black's mouth.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man.
Well, y'all want to do a little Mario Day trivia to close this out tonight?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Let's do
Why
it.
do I feel like I'm gonna lose?
Yeah. I'm also sitting here thinking, I don't know
We
how
shall
I'm going
see.
Oh my gosh. Usually I'm confident about competitions.
Yeah, you challenged Yugi earlier, so
Yeah, I'm serious, by the
We're-
way. When are we
we're
playing?
we're gonna have to see that live stream.
All
Dog,
right.
I'm down, honestly.
Well, we won't do this for too long. I'll just ask a few questions here. Just some kind of Mario history. But let's see. How about we'll start easy. Which Mario game introduced the ability to fly?
Can we answer? Just
Yeah.
out loud. Mario 3.
Gotta be. Yeah.
With the raccoon tail.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the cape though.
Oh, interesting.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Didn't the cape
what
come
kind
out
of
before the
flying are we
Tanuki?
talking about? Because is the
Nah.
raccoon just floating? Like it's kind of like one of those
Falling in style.
flying squirrels, right? Or something, right?
Buzz Lightyear
It's-
looking
It's
like
more of a glide, I guess. I don't know.
Be like or something like that. I
Yeah.
forgot the voice.
Well,
Yeah,
you,
the sound
you
effect.
glide with the cape too.
Yeah.
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 Ah,
So
I'm saying three.
I actually
I'm
saw
agreeing with him.
I actually saw a debate about this online. It's so funny that because it's those two things. People debating is it the leaf? You know, you get the raccoon tail because that's what I think it is. It's this right here. It's right
Yeah.
here. You
Yeah.
Yeah,
raccoon
yeah.
tail and you
yeah.
can fly like you control it. You can fly up in the air. And
See,
they also
well,
had
I'm My bad.
they had the P the crystal with the letter P on it that you get in in the Princess Letter, and that would let you fly through the whole level. You didn't have to run first.
Mhm.
But then you got the cape that allows you to shoot up into the air and
Yeah.
kind of fly around and glide around too.
But I mean, if you really think about it, the only one that actually lets you fly, like fly, like
In
is the suit in
N64.
Super Mario Galaxy. If you really think about it, the wing
Right.
hat, yes, it does
The
let
wing
you
hat in
fly.
64,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. But hear me out. The wing hat does let you fly, but you can't fly straight up or straight down. You have to keep on using gravity and momentum in order to keep you flying.
Yeah.
Now, in Super Mario Galaxy, you can actually fly. With the I forget what the ability name is called. I'm just saying, if we're going by actually flying terms, I'm pretty sure Super
Right.
Mario Galaxy was the first one you
I would
actually flew in.
I would still argue that it's Super Mario Bros. 3.
Yeah, but if we're talking about gliding, like the Tanuki suit, yes.
okay, cool.
These are the debates. These are the debates America needs to tune into.
This is the only question we're getting through
This is
tonight.
the only vote that matters.
Like,
Yeah.
about to pull out the actually.
I
Oh,
thought it was
Yeah.
the easy one. Actually, in Super Mario Land 2, you got a feather you got a you got bunny ears that turn into
Oh,
a feather
yeah.
in Mario's hat, and that
No,
lets
or
you fly around.
Is it the golden bunny ears? Was that it?
Well, it
or-
was black and white because it's on the Game Boy. So
Yeah.
I can't. I
Oh,
think it was.
remember.
I can't remember. But you got something, and you get a little feather in your hat. No, maybe it was a flower. It was something that you got, and for some reason, it gave you a feather in your cap, and then
You
you
can
could
just take
fly
off.
around. So I don't
Oh my
actually. It might be
gosh.
that one now that I'm thinking about it. Anyway, Mario has a very strange set of power ups
Yeah.
through the years. Let's see. What was the first Mario game on the GameCube?
Super Mario Sunshine.
Sunshine. That's the one I remember.
That's all.
Sunshine.
Yeah. I remember Sunshine was everywhere when it first came out, but I could be wrong about that.
Mhm.
I think
That was a Super Mario game on the GameCube.
But was
wasn't
it the first one?
Well, there
You
was
said it like it wasn't the first one.
there was this little launch title game called Luigi's Mansion.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
How did I forget about that?
Actually, not really Mario.
Yeah, I mean, Mario made a debut,
Yeah,
but
that's a great-
I don't know if that
Technically, it's
counts.
brother.
Oh my gosh. Debate number 2: is Luigi Mansion actually a Mario game?
Mm.
No, but the
Debatable.
question was, when did Mario first show up on the GameCube, right? Or no? Or
Yeah.
were you saying it's?
I said what was the first Mario game
Oh,
on the
okay. Well,
GameCube. And so
the
yeah,
debate
that could be
continues.
worded better. That could be worded better. I was thinking like Mario Extended Universe with
Okay,
Luigi's
okay.
Mansion.
Like their IP. They own Luigi as well as Mario.
right.
Bro,
Oh,
my
goodness.
family watched the Mario movie tonight because it's Mario Day.
Mm.
I just can't stop thinking about how badly they need to make a Star Fox movie, they need to make a Metroid
Yeah.
movie, they need to make a Legend of Zelda movie, and
Mm.
they all need to meet and culminate into a Super Smash Bros. Movie.
Yes.
and that
No,
is what
literally.
needs to
Dude, we
happen.
talked about this. We
Yes.
talked about
Yeah.
this before when the Super Mario movie first came out, and I
Yes.
still heavily agree.
I can't
Yeah.
stop thinking
Me
about
too.
it.
Just good
'cause
Lord, don't take me from the earth until that happens. I need to. That's the last thing I need
Oh
before
my
I die,
God.
please.
No
Please.
way, man.
I want to be there. I want to see it, and then I can die. That's fine. You can take me out. That's all I have.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like, don't worry, I'll keep on evangelizing until then. It's all good.
Yeah, please. please.
Yeah, as soon as the credits
That's all I
roll, you
ask.
can take me.
Oh,
Yeah,
my God.
right
Yeah.
there. But I need
He's
to
like,
be
I
there for
actually
that.
want to
Yeah.
play a character in
Yeah.
the Smash Bros. Movie.
Yeah.
But there's that great line where he's like, maybe you're from my world to Princess Peach. And she's like, I don't know. There's a lot of galaxies out there. They're like camping under the stars. Like, come
Mario
on.
Galaxy,
Give us this Star Fox game. I mean, a Star Fox
Yep.
movie.
Star Fox.
It could be so
Yep.
good. And they have
Oh,
to
yeah,
play
oh, yeah.
against Master Hand or whatever the villain in
Star Fox would be so good
Super Smash
too.
is.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it-
God.
I feel like if we heard Pepe say do a barrel roll, it would be the equivalent of Avengers Assemble in the theater.
Oh, it would be over. It would be
It would
over,
just be too much for the crowd to handle. Yeah.
bro. Oh
Yes.
my gosh, the way that I could imagine the movie theater, like just yelling, like
Yeah.
going crazy. over that
Yeah, no,
line.
absolutely. But aren't they
Bro.
working on a Zelda movie? I've seen
They
some
are.
stuff.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
I think it's live
There's
action
no way.
though.
Yeah.
Mm.
Maybe
Freaking
not. I don't
$100 million budget, $1.3 billion. You don't ignore that. That's just ridiculous, man.
Mhm.
For a
Well,
video game movie.
We're definitely
What
making
the
a
heck?
sequel. It's
Yeah,
just-
easily.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll go the whole interconnected thing, but they do in Smash Bros. Like there is
Mm.
some
Uh-huh.
backstory there.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it's very, very light. They don't dive into it much, but it's there for why
Right.
they have to come
They
together.
could, yeah.
Dude, I mean, in all honesty, if they just wanted to figure out how they all got into the same universe and then just copy the like, you guys remember like the subspace emissary in like Smash Bros. Brawl? Like,
Mhm,
yeah.
mhm.
like they could easily just figure out how they all got to the same universe and then just capitalize on that story and just
Right.
add some dialogue, add some cool fight scenes.
They could just do what happened in the phase 1 of the Avengers,
Yes.
where like in the end
Oh,
credits scene, you get a little like here's how these characters meet in the end credits, and just teasing the
Oh,
next
literally.
thing. They could
And then, yeah.
easily do that.
They could
And
do
you
that
just
And bring
too.
them all together.
The
Mhm.
Nintendo Endgame.
Yeah,
Would that
Nintendo
outsell
Endgame,
the actual Endgame?
it might.
dude.
Right?
Actually, that'd be crazy. Because honestly, if we had a Super Smash Bros. Movie, dude, I feel like
Who
Disney
wouldn't
would
go
be
see
mad. I feel like
Yeah, who
Disney
wouldn't
would
go
be
see that?
mad, bro.
Yeah, because that
They're
made
like, you
almost 3
copied us.
billion. Yeah, like think about it. That almost made 3 billion. The Mario movie made 1.3 billion.
Sure.
It's like almost
bro.
half of that.
Dude.
Yeah, I think if they made a Smash movie, it probably would be
Oh my gosh, because
ridiculously
they would reach to
profitable.
so many
Yeah.
audiences with that one, bro. It's over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone.
that would be a hit.
It's-
Yeah.
yeah. I'm
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
especially if they built up their catalog of movies first, like they're
Right.
working on their Legend of Zelda. If they work on their other IPs like Star Fox, and then they work on just all the other characters that are like, we could easily get a Metroid movie. Like, come on, that's
dude.
like
How
dude.
awesome would a Metroid movie be?
Oh dang! Wait, dude, I'm getting goosebumps, dude. Like easy options, bro.
Absolutely.
Easy
absolutely.
options.
Yeah, I would love that.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
It would be
man.
like what Halo is supposed to be right now.
I'm
Whatever that
wondering what-
embarrassment on Paramount is. Oh, I'm gonna throw
Yeah.
up. Hold on.
Oh my gosh, dude, we got a Homebound.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, bro.
So bad.
Oh
so
man.
bad.
Yeah. Well, it would be awesome to have that.
That's not Mario trivia though, so.
No, that's Mario fan fiction. Is what that
Oh
is.
my
Yeah.
goodness, Mario fan fiction is crazy, bro.
Even a
Oh my God.
Luigi's Mansion movie, like a
Mhm.
kid-friendly Halloween Luigi's Mansion movie, that could be fun. Like that could be
That could be fun, man. Oh my
could.
gosh, they got choices.
Mm.
yes. A live action Metroid would be insane.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
really would.
absolutely.
Yeah, it could be really good.
Dude, the Metroids they're scary, dude. Did
Yeah.
any of
Yeah.
you play Metroid Dread by any chance?
I didn't
Yo, I've
play
heard
Dread.
that game
but,
actually
uh,
like gets your heart rate up, bro.
Dread does get your heart rate up.
Yeah,
Thing
yeah.
is chasing you, man.
Dang, bro.
It's a good game. Let's see, what else do we have here? What about what is the best selling Mario game?
Mm.
Best selling.
I feel like it has Galaxy. I don't know.
Bro.
I would
Does
guess.
Smash Brothers on N64 count?
It would,
Like
count,
if
about that
Luigi's
game,
Mansion
please,
counts, maybe.
right, exactly.
it would count if it were the best selling, I think, but it's not. That's not it.
That's crazy.
I don't know why. I feel like it'd be like Mario 2 on Game Boy or something. I feel like that's
But
I don't know,
well, the Super Mario Brothers that was packaged with the NES, is that like cheating
Mhm.
because it's packaged with the NES?
No.
it is a seller though. It's a selling point, you know?
That would be 3, wasn't it? Super Mario 3.
Yeah. I don't know.
Dang, bro.
They've
Dude,
all
I don't
done-
even know
they've all
which one
done
to
well.
start at because there's so many.
Yeah, they all do
Right,
so good.
right.
Yeah, they're all great games. Like, oh my gosh.
I'm gonna
Right.
guess the game. It's gonna be a Game Boy one. I feel like though. I could be wrong.
What I'm seeing, and this makes sense to me, but what I'm seeing here is the best-selling Mario game is Mario Kart 8.
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't
What?
count, dog. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
That's so
goodness,
lame.
bro.
That's such
Yeah.
a lame
I mean,
answer.
that makes sense though.
Yeah, it's
I didn't even think
Mm.
about that.
It's sold
it
almost
crossed over into
60
other
million.
audiences.
Yeah.
60 million copies.
Yeah.
Okay, but like Mario alone, what is the best selling one? Like, do we know that? Do we have that answer somewhere?
I'll look it up. Okay. How about
Okay.
this? I'll ask a question, then I'll look that up.
Okay, because I was mad about that answer. I'm not gonna lie.
I feel that.
I've got one. I've got a trivia as well later when you've got chance.
Oh, do you want to ask it now? And I'll look this up.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was Mario's original name before he
Jumpman.
became Mario? Yeah, that's
Wait,
easy,
you
man.
weren't supposed to answer that, Bo.
Yeah,
He
it
says
was
Jumpman.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah,
Oh
in
my
Donkey
goodness.
Kong. In Donkey Kong,
Dude.
originally
Yeah.
he was
Oh
Jumpman.
my gosh. Dude, when
I
you had to
should- I
climb
should-
up the ladders, bro, and jump over the
Yeah.
barrels.
Mm.
Which really makes people rethink their identity and their love for tennis shoes.
Right?
Oh my goodness, dog. Yeah, you know how it is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some Super Mario shoes and tell my kids these are the Jordan ones.
Oh my goodness.
Heck yeah.
The
Hey, you know
original
what? You know what?
Jumpman.
Rock 'em.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Actually,
sure.
Mario Kart 8, if you add in what it sold on the Wii U, it's over 70 million copies of that game.
Sure.
Mm.
Isn't that insane?
That is
You
insane.
know, I don't see why people like that game so much. Hot take. Not gonna lie.
Hmm.
Very hot take.
Yeah, insane hot take, but
Yeah, be
I don't
careful
know,
who you
man.
say that around.
hey,
For real, bro.
listen. I
I've
have
seen
my
people get
screen
killed for
protecting
less.
me right now. None of you guys can jump out and attack me, okay?
All right, you ready for the answer to your question, Falcon?
Yes.
The answer for the highest selling just Super Mario game,
Mm-hmm.
not any of the spin-off stuff, is Super Mario Bros. The original Super Mario Bros.
Dang.
Which
Sure.
has sold over 50 million copies.
Hmm.
And that's
Wow.
counting NES and re-releases.
Mm.
Let's go. All right.
The Super Mario Bros. The new Super Mario Bros. On DS sold over 30 million copies. Wrap your head
see
around
that.
that.
I can see that though. Yeah.
Dang. Hey, I mean that was a good game though. Like New Super
Yeah.
Mario Bros. For the DS was good.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah,
New
for
Super Mario Bros.
portable
For
game, it's
DS come out
crazy.
before New Super Mario Bros. Wii?
Yes.
Dang.
It
Did
did.
DS had cartridges? Hey, I never heard
Mhm.
one.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy,
I
right?
remember borrowing New Super Mario Bros. For the DS from like our friends who just had a bunch of DS games, and I'd be sitting there like that was where the late night hours were spent when I was younger, bro. I was sitting there like as a 10-year-old sitting there in my bed, bro, like with the sheets over my head because I knew if my parents walked in, I'd totally get busted for being up at like 2 a.m. playing video games. Like, but dude, it was so fun though. No regrets. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
You can't have any
Awesome,
regrets playing Mario.
Yeah,
Never.
Only
I
happy memories, man.
I don't know what Mario Wonder sold, but hey, if you're watching, let us know your favorite Mario game in the chat. I got a couple other questions, but going on the best-selling list down the list, the Switch Super Mario Odyssey sold over 28 million copies, and Super Mario World on the SNES sold over 20 million copies, which for back in the
Yeah.
early 90s,
Yeah.
20 million copies of a
without
game.
the internet. Yeah, without the internet, that's
Mm.
impressive.
That's a
That's
big
crazy.
number.
Yeah. It says here that Wonder sold about 15.51 million copies as of December 31st.
Yeah, I think they made their money back on that one.
Yeah, they're chilling.
Oh man. All right, trivia. I got to get back to my questions here. Does anybody know when the first Super Mario Bros. Movie released? What year it was?
Oh, that was quite a while ago.
The first Super Mario Bros.
Very
movie?
bad one.
The live action one, right?
Mm-hmm. Are we talking about? Yeah, I was about to say. Are we talking about the live action one, or are we talking about the
Yeah.
2D animated one?
The live action one. You went to the premiere, didn't you, Falcon? Of the live action one?
Dog, You know I hate
every
that
time,
old. Oh my gosh.
Uh,
Yeah, I remember it was a great
was
viewing.
1980 something, eh?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, when I was about whatever age I was in 1980, great premiere. Loved the movie.
it was 1993. 1993.
I had the time like exactly right. So 19. Yeah, I said
Yeah, can't even
1990.
believe it.
Okay, last one. Not who. Which Mario game? Yes, which Mario game has the highest Metacritic score? Which Mario game has the highest Metacritic score?
Dang, I don't know that one.
Mario has
No
the highest
clue.
Galaxy. I'm guessing Galaxy easily. That game was huge. Either that or Odyssey. It's got to be one of those two. Galaxy or Odyssey.
Anyone else want to venture a guess?
So it has to be more in the
Cass
internet
says
age.
Sunshine.
Sunshine. That's a good guess.
N64. I don't know. Mario
Okay.
64.
All right,
Dang.
all right. The answer is Super Mario Galaxy with a score of 97.
Yeah.
Dang,
I remember that
good.
game
That was a
reviewed
great game.
so ridiculously well.
Yeah,
It was the perfect game for the console. I think that's what it was.
it was.
Mm.
Yeah.
It works so great with the Wii remote.
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Yeah.
overbearing. That's the thing,
Mhm.
because I think that was the criticism of the moat, was that it was like too much. It was just enough. It wasn't like overbearing.
Well, like
the game.
not only like it had the pointer, the IR pointer, and you could collect all the star bits by pointing at them, and it just
Yeah.
felt so
It
good.
just
Exactly.
feels
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
tactile.
It was
Yeah.
It's just
tactile.
it's just a little thing, but that little
Mhm.
thing made it like
No,
rewarding.
really agreed. I remember playing that game. I'm just like, you're flying through the air, you know, after you get flung through one of the stars, and you're just like, tweet, 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 like, you know, just collecting all of the star bits, bro. Oh, it was
Yeah,
great
and
stuff.
yeah, it was awesome. Yeah,
That
great
game was
game, and it makes
Yeah.
total sense that it got a sequel, and
Mhm.
that's really unique because after the NES, we didn't get numbered sequels for Mario games ever again.
Mm.
We sort of got a Super Mario World 2, but not really. It was Yoshi's Island, and it was like a baby Mario that cried all the time. It was weird. But yeah, so there's some Mario history trivia for you on Mario Day.
Wow.
Love it.
There we go.
Well, that pretty much concludes the podcast for tonight. I appreciate you guys being on and talking about all sorts of things with us this lovely evening. And I want to go around and just let people know where you are and what you're working on, if anything, and where people can find you. I have each of your channels in the description, so people can go
Awesome.
check those out. Yeah. How about you, Falcon?
You guys are
I'll start with
amazing.
you.
Well, I'm probably the only person here who's probably not making content right now. I stop with that face, buddy. Okay, listen, it was one video, and technically you made it. So
I am not locked in, bro.
Stop
What are you
that.
talking about? I've been on in weeks.
I'm like, hey, I mean, okay, so yeah, I guess I have been in one video in the last like 2.5 weeks or something. It was like a try not to laugh video with Yugi. You guys can watch that on Yugi's channel. But for the most part, I have not been making content for the last a while because I've been studying for cybersecurity and passing certification exams. So I got my Security Plus certification. Awesome. And right now I've been writing books on the side and publishing them to Kindle. And so I am a published author and publishing books. And that's pretty much it right now. So, and yeah, stay tuned for the Yu-Gi-Oh match against Yugi. He's going to lose.
Give us
You
the
heard it
title,
live, folks.
give us the title of your latest book and so we can find it.
Unfortunately, I can't. And I'll
a
give
book.
reasons afterwards. Well, I can't. That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
okay.
Yeah, I'm like the way Amazon has their stuff laid out. If I give titles or if I give the links out right now within the few months of me posting it, it'll mess up the organic growth of the book itself. So I can't share out the book right now at the moment. Otherwise, my strategy will fail.
Okay, if you say so. All right,
I
Yako.
promise you.
What about you, man? Have you hit 1,000 subscribers yet? You're real close.
Almost like 24 subscribers away.
Let's go, bro.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
How's that from monetization, eh?
Yeah.
So you can catch me at the Tech Update on YouTube. I do a lot of comparisons on retro gaming handhelds. I like comparing stuff, seeing all the little specs and stuff. How does it compare? What's the best? What are the options? So that's currently what I'm working on mostly, is comparing two different handhelds, the Ain Odin Portal versus what was the last one I did? The Retro Pocket 5, I think. So yeah, that's mostly what you'll find on my channel. But yeah, there a little bit. I've got some presence on X, but I haven't been on there quite a while. Been quite a bit busy lately. But yeah, mostly on YouTube then.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. Well, we're excited to celebrate you reaching 1,000 as soon as that happens.
Yes,
That'd
sir.
be awesome.
Congratulations, man. You're almost
Thank
there.
you,
bro.
man.
So yeah, go check out the Tech Update and subscribe.
Thank you.
The Construct, Jason.
Yes.
Where are you at, man?
Well, I've started to lean a little bit more into gaming on my channel, so all the XR and VR stuff. But like last year, it was a lot of focus with the Apple Vision Pro launching. It was a lot of focus around like productivity and things like that. I'll still have that on my channel, but I want to do some deeper dives into gaming. Maybe some long form, like truly long form gaming focused content in the near future. So we'll see. We'll see if I have time to make it.
It'd be like that. It'd be like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I did my first ever walkthrough. Never done one before. Put out the whole video. It's like 2 hours long of a VR game a few weeks ago, and I'd never done anything like that before. I actually really enjoyed it.
That was the pirate game, eh?
Pirate game on Steam
cool.
VR. Yeah, it was fun. It was just fun to do. Like, it wasn't like a super polished video or anything. There's just some light commentary along the way, but it was fun. It was a fun time.
I agree.
Yeah,
What
I'm
about
hoping
you?
to dig in.
Oh, sorry.
I think. No, I was just gonna say I'm hoping to dig in. I think flat games get like a lot of like concentrated focus, but VR games are kind of still a little surface level. So I want to change that.
Absolutely. Well, I'll look forward to that. I'll enjoy those. What about you, Yugi?
May the good Lord bless me. Hopefully, I'm gonna finish finally Astrobot tomorrow.
Let's go.
To finally finish it. I'm almost half a year late, guys. You know.
Oh, don't worry. It's only 2025. You're good.
Yeah, it's only 2025, and the next month's coming. So hopefully, I can finish that and then finally start Wukong. But this Saturday, I have a podcast with an African brother that I met online, who's a brother in Christ, and apparently, look, man. He's gonna sound goofy, but he's gonna teach me about African culture. That's what he said. He's gonna break it down. He's gonna tell me about the tribes.
Let's go.
Interesting.
His name is Zulu. So if you guys are interested, look forward to that. His name is Zulu.
Dude,
is what we
that
call
sounds
him.
awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
awesome, man.
He's
very cool.
He was telling me today. He's like, I'm gonna get dressed. I was like, get dressed. What are you talking about? Like, relax, dude. He's like, I got my outfit. I got like my stuff. I've been studying. I'm like, dude. I don't know. It should be interesting though. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. So that'll be on Saturday. Lord willing.
That sounds exciting, man. Let's go.
Yeah.
Your boy's getting educated, man. I'm getting educated.
Yeah.
He's gonna have me, flying up there one day, probably. You never know, man. You in Africa, imagine.
You can come and stroke some lions, eh?
There you go. Pull up the Jocko and be like, "What's up, man?"
Yeah, dude. Absolutely, we'll have a braai. Barbecue's big, yeah.
Outstanding.
We'll teach you. We do it. Apparently, we do it a lot better.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Nice.
It might happen. I'll be honest, man. I got a lot of love for that guy, so we'll see how they go Saturday.
Very cool. Very cool.
I'm
Nice.
sorry, you said petting lions.
Yes.
Yeah, no, look, we've actually got just outside of Joburg here. There's a place where you can pet the cubs, not the big ones.
Wait, that's so cool. Oh my
The
goodness.
super interesting fact: their tongues are very very course. It's like sandpaper
Mhm.
because they actually lick the skin off their prey. So when you pet the little ones, you can feel that it's very
Ow.
coarse when they
No, literally. Like, never mind on the petting. I think I'm
Like, dang, Mufasa.
yeah, mate. Yeah,
Oh
absolutely.
my gosh, man.
And the giraffe, I've been with fed a giraffe, so its tongue is like super long to take the leaves off the trees. It like wraps around your hand completely. It's interesting.
Gnarly.
Yeah,
Oh,
We're gonna
wow.
learn. We're gonna learn.
yeah.
God,
Some
that's
interesting.
so cool.
So some of the cool things about Africa, man.
Oh yeah. I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
Hmm.
I'm going in blind. I'm gonna become his disciple for just a day.
Yeah. So with the African tribes, they've got what they call the bola. I don't know if you know if you get married, so you actually have to pay to get the bride, and usually it's in cattle. Not, I think not. It's more money these days, but it used to be cattle.
Used to be cattle.
Yeah.
All
So,
right, I'll keep.
The guys are all jealous of me because in the white culture, the bride's family pays. It's the other way around for the wedding. So some benefits there.
Man got a couple goats, literally.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's interesting. Look at that. I mean, you help with the wedding, and the honeymoon's the groom's responsibility, basically. But yeah, in African culture, it's a little bit other way around. But yeah, it's interesting stuff, man.
right, man.
That's
Very cool.
Cattle risk goes crazy. I love it.
and if you ever go to a church service with the guys, they can do it properly. I mean, hours or nothing. They like start and then they just carry on for most of the Sunday.
Let's go.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love it.
Nice. Very nice. There are some weeks I wish I could do that. Go most of the Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
the stories, yeah. I mean, of some of the revivals, it sounds awesome. Like,
Yeah.
people didn't want to leave. Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah. Anyway.
well, this is Bono's Gaming. You can find me right here. I don't know anything about African culture or lions' tongues or any of that. But what I do know is that I just recorded a video last night on how to replace your Nintendo Switch's battery and fan to get it up and running again like it's brand new, smooth as butter.
Awesome, man.
I think some people obviously going to update to the Switch 2 when that comes out, but a lot of other people I think are going to want to keep their Switch around for a little while longer. It's 8 years old. You might want to think about changing out that battery, and it is not an easy process. So I got a whole video coming about that pretty soon. Obviously we'll have more episodes of the Save State, Lord willing, soon, probably in a couple of weeks. And appreciate you guys being here tonight with me, and we'll have you back anytime you're willing and able to be here. Yeah, but that about wraps it up for episode 30 of the Save State. Stay kind and encouraging out there, and we'll catch you on the flippity flip.
Just guys.